Have you ever found yourself waking up once, twice, maybe even 3 times a night just to go to the bathroom? You're not alone, and more importantly, this isn't just a minor inconvenience. Frequent nighttime urination can seriously disrupt your sleep. And once your sleep is affected, everything else tends to go downhill, from your energy and focus to your immune system. Hi there, I'm Dr. Mike, and I'm really glad you've taken a few minutes out of your day to join me. Today, we're diving into something that doesn't get talked about enough, yet affects millions of people every single night: frequent urination during sleep. It might seem like just a small annoyance, but in reality, it can seriously impact your rest, your energy, and even your long-term health. If this is your first time here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's how you become part of a growing community focused on natural, long-term health solutions. And just tapping the like button helps this video reach others who are searching for answers just like you. I truly enjoy hearing from all of you. So take a moment to leave a comment below. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and have you ever wondered why you keep waking up multiple times a night just to go to the bathroom? Let's get to the root of that, and more importantly, talk about what you can do to finally fix it. What many people don't realize is that the cause isn't always about drinking too much water. Sometimes, it's your bladder or kidneys sending a warning sign, a sign of a deeper imbalance in your body. Sure, medications exist, but they often just mask the symptoms, and they can come with side effects you don't want. With over 15 years of experience treating patients, I've seen something truly powerful. Many people reduce their nighttime urination dramatically, without needing medications, simply by making a few small lifestyle changes. And that's what this video is all about. I'm going to share with you the 5 most effective, evidence-backed habits that can help reduce nighttime bathroom trips, supported by trusted institutions like Cleveland Clinic and Johns Hopkins University. And at the very end, I'll reveal one bonus habit that most people overlook, but it could make a huge difference. Ready to get your restful nights back? Let's dive in. Let's start with something surprisingly simple, yet incredibly powerful: the timing of your water intake. Now, most people know hydration is important, but what they often overlook is when you hydrate matters just as much as how much. Drinking large amounts of water within a couple of hours before bedtime fills up your bladder at the exact time your body is supposed to rest and repair. That's why so many people end up waking up, not once, but multiple times, just to use the bathroom. On the flip side, staying well hydrated throughout the morning and early afternoon helps prevent that late-night thirst, and more importantly, supports your body's natural rhythm. In fact, a study from Johns Hopkins University showed that adjusting your fluid intake schedule can reduce nighttime urination by up to 40%. That's not a small number. Here's why. Your kidneys actually follow a circadian rhythm. They naturally produce less urine at night so your body can rest. But if you're drinking too late in the day, you override that internal clock, leading to more nighttime trips to the bathroom. So what can you do? Most health experts recommend drinking about 6 to 8 cups of water per day. That's 48 to 64 ounces, spaced out evenly. But here's the key. Try tapering off after 4 p.m., especially if you live in a warm climate or you're active during the day. Your fluid needs may vary, but the principle stays the same. One mistake I often see? People chugging water at night because they're afraid of dehydration, but ironically, this often leads to fragmented sleep. And don't forget about those sneaky diuretics like caffeine or alcohol in the evening. They irritate the bladder and can keep you running to the bathroom all night long. If you're not sure how much you're drinking or when, try using a hydration app or keeping a simple journal. Even that small habit can raise awareness. And if you still want something to sip on after dinner, consider switching to a calming herbal tea like chamomile. It's gentle on your bladder and can actually help you relax before bed. Now let's talk about something that's just as important as hydration, but often overlooked: your bedtime routine. See, poor sleep doesn't just leave you tired. It can also make your bladder more sensitive. The less rested your body is, the more likely it is to misfire signals, waking you up at night even when your bladder isn't truly full. According to the Sleep Research Society, good sleep hygiene has a direct impact on reducing nighttime urination, especially in cases related to an overactive bladder or fragmented sleep. So if you're constantly tossing, turning, or scrolling before bed, your body might not be getting the signal it needs to fully relax. One of the most powerful changes you can make? Turn off screens at least an hour before bed. Blue light from phones and TVs reduces melatonin, the hormone your body needs to fall asleep. Instead, try something calming. Meditation, gentle yoga, or even just slow breathing. These practices activate your parasympathetic nervous system and help calm the muscles around your bladder. And here's a tip many forget. Avoid spicy or acidic foods 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. Even if you eat them early in the evening, they can still irritate your bladder lining and disrupt your rest. Now, let's talk about 2 common mistakes: late afternoon naps and too much screen time. Napping too close to bedtime can throw off your body's sleep drive and hormone release, both of which affect bladder control. And if ditching screens isn't an option, try using blue light blocking glasses. It's not a perfect fix, but it can help minimize the disruption. These small changes may seem simple, but they work. In my clinical experience, optimizing the hours before sleep often leads to fewer nighttime bathroom trips and better sleep overall. Let's move on to one of the most powerful, yet often underestimated strategies for reducing nighttime bathroom trips: targeted movement and pelvic floor training. Now, you might be wondering, what does exercise have to do with bladder control? The answer is a lot more than you think. Physical activity, especially aerobic exercises like walking, swimming, or cycling, boosts circulation throughout your body. Better circulation means your kidneys function more efficiently, your hormones stay balanced, and your body holds on to less fluid, all of which ease the pressure on your bladder while you sleep. But here's where it gets even more specific: pelvic floor muscles. These muscles act like a natural valve that helps you hold in urine. When they're weak, you may experience urgency or leakages at night. Research from Harvard Medical School has shown that pelvic floor training significantly reduces nighttime urination and that urgent, "I need to go right now" feeling. So how do you strengthen these muscles the right way? Start by gently contracting the pelvic floor for 10 seconds. Then relaxing for 10 seconds. Repeat this 10 to 15 times a day. It sounds simple, but here's the catch. Many people mistakenly tense their abs or glutes instead. That won't help, and could even make things worse. If you're unsure, a trusted physical therapist or even a reliable online guide can make a big difference. And don't forget one more helpful habit: light stretching before bed. Gentle stretches around the hips and lower back reduce tension on the bladder and improve flexibility in surrounding muscles, which can lower the chance of unwanted nighttime urges. In my years working with patients, I've seen how these simple exercises, when done consistently, give people back their confidence, comfort, and restful sleep. So, what kind of movement makes you feel best at night? Now, let's talk about a habit that can actually retrain the way your bladder behaves, and it's called bladder training. This isn't just about holding it in. It's a structured technique designed to increase the time between bathroom visits and help your bladder hold more urine with less urgency. Why is this important? Because when you go to the bathroom too frequently, your bladder becomes hypersensitive. It starts sending emergency signals even when it's not full. But when you slowly train it to wait, you actually help it regain its natural rhythm and control. Here's how it works. The next time you feel the urge, try to delay going by just 5 minutes. That may sound small, but over time, you can gradually build up to 1 or even 2 hours between trips. It's like resistance training, but for your bladder. And yes, it's backed by science. Cleveland Clinic reports that patients following bladder training programs often experience significant reductions in both nighttime urination and urgency. To make it easier, try distraction techniques during the urge: slow deep breaths, gently squeezing the pelvic floor muscles, or walking around for a minute. These help calm the nervous system and reduce that overwhelming, "gotta go" feeling. But here's a word of caution: never ignore pain when holding urine. If you feel discomfort, stop immediately. It could signal an infection or other condition. And don't push delays too far. Overstretching the bladder can do more harm than good. From what I've seen in nearly 2 decades of patient care, bladder training is a powerful tool, one that empowers people to take control naturally, with fewer medications or rigid fluid restrictions. Have you ever tried this method? What worked, or didn't work, for you? Before we wrap up, There's one more habit, often skipped, that ties all the others together. And if you've tried everything but still wake up at night, this might be the piece you've been missing. Let's talk about how to support your bladder while you sleep, starting with how you respond to those sudden urges. If you often find yourself waking up at 2 or 3 a.m., rushing to the bathroom the moment you feel pressure, you're not alone. But here's the thing. That urgency isn't always as urgent as your body claims. The bladder is a muscle, and just like any other muscle, it learns habits. If it's used to being emptied at the slightest signal, it keeps sending those signals more often, even when it doesn't need to. This is where your response matters. Instead of reacting immediately, try pausing. Take a deep breath, gently engage your pelvic floor muscles. Shift your body slightly. These simple steps activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your brain that says, "We're okay, we can wait." It's not about ignoring your body. It's about retraining your reaction, helping your brain and bladder work together instead of letting panic take the lead. Over time, this mindful approach reduces false alarms and gives you more uninterrupted rest. And if you wake up out of habit, not from real bladder fullness, that's a sign your sleep cycles are being hijacked by trained behaviors, not true needs. Understanding this alone can change the way you approach nighttime urges. So ask yourself this. When your bladder calls in the middle of the night, is it a true emergency, or just a false fire alarm? If you've made it this far, congratulations, because understanding the why behind your habits is what leads to real, lasting change. Now let's tie it all together. We've covered 5 powerful habits that can transform your nights and your days. First, managing when you drink water. Hydrating earlier and reducing fluids after 4 or 5 p.m. helps lighten the bladder's load at night. Second, building a calming bedtime routine. Avoiding blue light, heavy meals, or stressful distractions gives your body the signal it needs to rest, not react. Third, regular physical activity and pelvic floor training. These not only support kidney function and reduce fluid retention, but also strengthen the muscles that help control urination. Fourth, we explored bladder training, learning to stretch the time between bathroom trips and respond differently to those nighttime signals. And finally, we talked about retraining your reaction, pausing instead of rushing, and taking back control from those false alarms your body may have been conditioned to send. The most important thing? Consistency. These habits don't work overnight, but they do work when you stick with them. If any of these tips spoke to you, drop a comment below. Let me know which one you're planning to try first. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might be struggling too. And in the next episode, I'll show you a simple daily habit that can help boost your energy levels naturally. Curious? Make sure notifications are on. I'll see you there.